after we cooked the butternut squash the other day, I had a new problem. And the problem being is, at the end of the night I usually cover up the oven with a plastic sheet. The trouble was, these storage heater bricks were doing what they say they do. They were storing the heat, and it was too hot to put the plastic on there, so I had to take the lid off and try and get it to cool down. So that then made me think I really need to get a proper cover on it as soon as possible, or make it, because I couldn't leave the plastic sheets off overnight, especially with any rain. So what I'm doing now is, although I haven't decided what I'm going to do for decoration, I'm just going to render the top and get some tiles on the top so I can keep the rain off. So what we're going to do now is render this. Okay, let's stop a minute, because I don't think I've got all your full attention here, because I'm sure you're looking at some of this and saying, hold on Nick, what's all this pipe work? Well, that was another thing. After I cooked the butternut squash, I was thinking, now is the opportunity, if I want to see if I get any improved airflow in there. So what I've done is, I had a whole load of pipes around, apart from this pipe here. This is one 3-meter pipe which covers the whole Tandoor oven, which was £6. But basically I've just done a simple pipe running round and an opening over here, and what I can do is I can actually pump air in there. So I can put a little pump to pump air in there to really get the flames going. So I'd only typically do that right at the beginning. Once I want to get the thing going, to speed it up, I'll use the pump air in there and get the flames really going, and then turn it off, and then the rest let it do its job. To be honest, it might not work, I might not even need it. But I was thinking, well, before I start covering it up, why don't I just fit the pipes in? So they're on the outside, and they're just pointing into here, and I'm going to now render over the top. So I put some battens here, and I'm just literally going to render here, and then just, you know, smooth it out. So what else am I going to say? So rendering, you know, look, this is only a small job. We've got 4 little sides. You can treat each one separately. You don't have to be a plasterer to do this. You know, if you're doing a wall, then get professionals in. But you just got a small little bit in your garden. People are not going to see it too much. So why not have a little play? Why don't you learn a new skill? Not done this myself, so we can learn together. Yeah, so I'm just going to plaster up there, and the only couple of things I want to say is, whatever you decide to do, you can bet your life someone will say it's wrong. You know, I've been reading about what people say about plastering. Some people say about putting a sticky coat on there first, some say don't. You know, one I was looking at, which I decided this is what I was going to do, was put that first coat on with a plasticizer in it to make it pliable and sticky, and then the thin coat, second coat on top as a waterproof coat, and then, you know, just scratch it, put it on. I thought that's what I'm going to do, and then I read another one, and he literally just put the coat straight on in one coat, and I was thinking, yeah, it's not too big, should I do that or not? Also, when I was buying the stuff, you look at the waterproofing and the plasticizer, they're both like about £6 each, and I'm thinking it's just adding to the cost, and I don't want to spend much on this. I already bought this pipe work, which I wasn't expecting to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to render just straight on in one coat, and let's see if it works. If it doesn't work, then I'll share with you, but hopefully that will work. So now I'm going to start mixing up the render, and I'll do the other side first, and then I'll show you me doing this side. I'll be honest with you, the rendering the other side went terrible. I think it's good to do the other side, you can't see that, but I'll show you that later. But I think I can salvage it. I think a lot of it was down to wet render mix. So anyway, so normally you see the people on the videos doing all this, but I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to start pushing it up. Some more. I'm sure the professionals have a fit, but anyway, I'm not a professional. So there's our first pass. I've been sweating buckets here. Doesn't look that great, but let's say, stick with it. Well, I am anyway. Just do. Okay, gives me a rough idea of what I've got to do. So I've got to put some more in here, so I will just dab a bit in there. So in there. I'm just smoothing out the areas where I could see hollows once I did my stick. Okay, looks a bit, still looks a bit rough. Let's have another go with a stick. Okay. And again, that doesn't look too bad actually. Okay, you're saying, that doesn't look too bad. Actually, no. Because the reason it's not too bad is actually straight. I'm actually quite pleased with that. Okay, there's these little bits here. I can sort that out with one of my other trowels a minute once it's dried a bit. I'm pleased with the way this has gone. It looks quite nice and smooth. You know, professional would do a better job, but that's good enough actually. So now, I've just done this, but you can use this float to go over and just get over any of the bumps and smooth things out. And then last but not least is this other one with a sponge, which is now you just literally go over and make it nice and smooth. So let me bring the camera in so you can see what I'm doing. So I do this all the way over, and there's a few little bits maybe to feel, and that's it. Now I'm going to leave this for a couple of days to dry. I have to say, I think this looks fantastic. I've done all four sides now, and I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. And the reason why I'm really especially pleased about this is I made a complete and utter mess of this. You know, I ran out of render, I had to quickly make some more, I had big holes and gaps. It was just awful. But just keep plodding away and using my piece of straight wood. I managed to get it reasonably okay, and then I used my new favourite tool with the sponge, and just kept on working and working and working, and I got it nice and smooth. So now we need to cut out the holes for the air intake. So here we are, we're at the back here, so I'm just showing you a close-up of what I've done. I used my angle grinder just to start cutting a couple of lines in there. Started in the middle because I didn't want to damage the pipe, and then I had my chisel which I just banged through, chopped the bits out and then pulled the bits of wood out, and then I used a drill just to do the edges and be careful with this pipe, and I think that looks pretty neat. So that's that. On here you can see the intake for my I need to clean this up, but for my, when I have my air pump, that will go in there. Alright, now let's go and do the other side. And in the next video we'll cover the external decoration. Thank you for viewing this one.